Okay, friends, so here's what happened. So, the video that I was supposed to have for Frustration Friday didn't upload. And then when I went back to go check it out, I told you all that I was going to upload it on Saturday. And then I realized that the video was corrupted. And the video in my editing software didn't save. So, I would have to go back and edit the entire video again, which took me a couple hours to do. So I just was like, nah, fuck that. So I'm going to mix the two videos together into one giant Metal Gear Solid Part 5 Phantom Pain video. So every now and then, we'll check on other Boo. Why don't we check on her right now? Now do you remember who you are? What you're meant to do? I cheated death thanks to you. And thanks to you, I left my mark. You have too. You've written your own history. You're your own Boo. I'm Big Boo. And you are too. No. She's the two of us together. Where we are today, we built it. And this story, this legend, it's ours. We can change the world. And with it, the future. I'm you. You are me. Carry that with you wherever you go. Thank you, my friend. From here on out, you're Big Boo. A quiet exit. I don't want you to leave.
Boss, we've gone over the prisoner transport log you found. Quiet was grabbed by the Soviets and moved to Lamar Khatte Palace.
Really?
She's being held at Lamar Khatte Palace. Make your way there.
How did they get her? How could you grab her? I don't think you can capture her, right?
They lost a lot of men to her. Can't blame them for wanting payback. But why did she just let herself get captured?
I think it is time you knew. Quiet was carrying vocal cord parasites. The English strain, to be precise.
The third English pair.
Skullface was using her as a vector, an ace in the hole if his assassination plan failed.
I knew it.
But Quiet chose not to speak. She told me the situation in Diné, Navajo, the only language to which the parasites do not react. If you found out, she could not remain among you, and yet she refused the Wolbachia treatment. Why? Because part of her still wanted revenge against you.
Revenge against the boss.
In order to stay here, she took a vow of eternal silence. But then, that sudden mutation showed this was not enough. As long as the parasites were inside her, she could not predict what might happen.
And that's why she took off? Sacrificing herself to make sure the English strain died with her? Maybe. Or maybe she only wants to infect the world. Whatever her plan, we can't let her go free. The vocal cord parasites are the last of Skullface's legacy. It's up to us to erase it. Boss, the targets are Quiet and the English strain she's carrying. Your objective is to extract her.
Skulls. What? Why are you zooming in on those boxes? Hello? Quiet! How are you able to capture her? I don't understand. Get your hands off of her. Oh god, oh god. Oh, that's right, she can't. It's salt water. She's bad with salt water. What the fuck is happening? Why aren't you doing anything, Quiet? But you can't die. What? I know salt water's bad. But are you gonna piss on her? Or are you about to fuck her? There we go. Yeah. Ha! Woo! Wow! Fucking love her. Look at that! She fucking bit his ear off. Look at how much blood she caused too. What was that? Were you pulling your dick out for me? Well, I don't want it! No means no, sir. Hell yeah. Oh god. Nice! Wow! Oh my god, she's so amazing! oh god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god, you think you stabbed him enough? Jeez. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is so much fun to watch. Snake's like, come on down. Oh god.
Let's finish this.
We get to fight together. So cool.
You're surrounded. There's no escape. You and Quiet will have to take him out.
Mission profile has been updated. been updated.
Quiet's able to fight. She's back to her old self.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Ah! Alright, hang on, I need more ammunition.
Please select a drop point.
This is an undeveloped. What? Alright, well then I need a different weapon. Oh, wait a minute, there's a turret. I might die in the process.
Cover me.
Reinforcements. There they come.
You have arrived at your destination. Caution, fans approaching.
Great.
Enemy to your left.
Oh,
Detected. The map has been updated.
come on.
Supplies requested. Enemy, please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. Clouds approaching.
Enemy dead ahead. Don't let them get... Quiet's using herself as a decoy. To draw the enemy away from you.
Can't see anything.
Boss, if you're gonna protect Quiet, you'll need to attract the enemy to you.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
more of them.
Enemy presence
Are you ready?
detected. The map has
If
been
you have
updated.
mines, boss, now's the time to plant them. Try to predict the enemy's route.
We arrived at our destination. Supplies requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Where are they?
Supply drop complete.
Enemy in front. Take them out. Hold up, boss. You need to secure the area first.
Detected. The map has been updated.
Whoa!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Enemy inbound from the left.
Shit. Oh, I'm so dead. No! No! Hello there, friends, and welcome back to Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. Starting it off a little spicy. Why are y'all bloody?
Boss.
Snake?
She's been acting differently lately. Before, she'd respond to conversation. Just as long as it didn't conflict with her timeline. But now, nothing gets a reaction from her.
What happened?
No idea. Well, Miller did go and tell her that Skullface is dead. If anyone should want revenge against him, it would be her. But it's not exactly like an angel of peace to cheer for someone's death. Now is it? There. Take a look at this, too. See it? Right there.
The wound is open.
Yeah. It was all closed up, and then it went back to this.
But why?
The medic has no idea how it happened. He figures it must have been self-inflicted.
Interesting. Pause's diary continued. Alright.
So, as if putting me on stage to sing was not enough, Miller even expected me to write the lyrics. He even said he had thought of the title already. Love Deterrence. As if he had done the hard part. Deterrence, love, deterrence? Deterrence it is when nuclear weapons prevent war, right? I do not see how love fits in. But it was too late to complain, so I just sat and listened to the tape of Miller's backing guitar and the professor's melody over and over again. I guess the melody is more Professor Galvez's creation than Miller's, but on the whole, I think it is actually a good song. First, it goes for your heart with a sorrowful opening, but then you feel revitalized as the song goes on. Miller grew up in post-war Japan. Maybe that is why the song has that kind of balance. Long ago, I heard some Japanese music called enka, I think. It sounded this way, but I wonder why it has to sound sad in the first place. Miller called it Love Deterrence. Doesn't that mean he had a love song in mind? All I see of Miller and women is the way he fools around with a lot of them at once. But maybe he has had his heart broken too. And what about me? I found myself thinking about Chico and Snake as well. I know Chico has a crush on me, so naturally he should come to mind. But why Snake? He saved me, and I feel indebted to him. But I thought that was all he meant to me.
Well,
Why does my
Snake's a
heart
little
flutter
too
when I
old
think
for
of
you,
him?
girl.
It is
Yeah, just
embarrassing
because
to
you
be
win the
unable
love
to
box.
control this emotion. There has to be a way to suppress it, to forget it. But maybe that is what love deterrence is. With that thought in mind, I went to my desk and began to write and write. Just 3 days left until Peace Day.
Interessante. Alright, friends, we are off to find more wandering Mother Base soldiers. Let's head over to other booth.
Damn, there's more of them. Are you ready?
The map has
If you
been
have mines, boss, now's the time to plant them. Try to predict the enemy's route. Enemy dead ahead. Don't let them get close. Glide using yourself as a decoy. You draw the enemy away from you.
Ah! Whoa! The fuck? Where in the fuck did you come from? No! Alright, let's head to find the soldier. Oh. There's the soldier.
analysis
That's the target.
You're invisible. So spazzy. Haha! Dumbass. Awesome.
There's more coming.
Ah! No! How did? Oh God!
kidding
It
around.
instantly killed me.
Snake?
Code Talker and his research.
The one that covers. The parasite that lives on the surface of the skull's bodies is what gives them their power. Similar to my children who live in my skin. I modified the parasites I isolated from the body of that old man, differentiating them with various abilities. One that can blend perfectly into its surroundings by exposing the pigments in its cells at will. Another that, by harboring multiple species of metallic archaea, can oxidize and reduce metal. Isolating the one that covers and transplanting it into an artificial medium should provide the same abilities as the skulls, but they can only subsist within a human body. Once transplanted into the medium, they will eventually die. Another thing, the weakness of the one that covers is desiccation. Their surface moisture loss is greater than ours. The reason they give off mist is to alleviate this by releasing the salts inside them as microparticles. Water vapor condenses around them, appearing as mist. But this dries out the atmosphere until they cannot even produce mist. And once their supply of water from the host runs out, the parasites are in danger. They, along with their host, enter a form of suspended animation. However, a similar effect occurs if they come into contact with a large amount of water. Rain, for instance. The one that covers will temporarily abandon other processes in his eagerness to absorb the water.
Interesting.
Tijolone. Make the weather your ally.
Well, too late now, but that's interesting.
There's something I've been wondering. Why are you called Code Talker? During World War II, the U.S. military used the languages of different tribes, including the Navajo, as codes, right? I know the term Code Talker was used to mean people sent to the battlefield to speak in those codes. Were you one of them?
Our mother tongue was indeed used for war. But I did not go. I was already over the conscription age. However, I was made to help craft the codes that were spoken. So in a wider sense, you could call me a code talker for that. Navajo is a complex language, and virtually no one outside the US speaks it. They must have thought it was the perfect language to use as a code.
Yeah, in the end, the Japanese never cracked it. The cipher is king in information warfare.
Of course, they didn't simply speak in Navajo. They created substitutions for words according to a code book, and then translated those into our language. Young Diné was sent to the front lines of the Pacific Theater as code talkers. To fight is an honor for the Diné. They were the pride of our people. But I cannot say this history brings me joy.
Right.
Words are alive. When they are spoken, life is breathed into them. They become a part of the listener. Our words were transformed into lifeless ciphers and used for war. This, after the Black Ana spent generations suppressing the language.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So I guess we shouldn't be calling you Code Talker, huh?
No, I do not mind. The reason Skullface called me Code Talker was because I also am responsible for coding language into the vocal cord parasites. I am the same as those young warriors, used for a cipher's sake. I must never forget that. The name, Code Talker, is a lesson carved into my being.
It's really fucked up.
You said Skullface ordered you to weaponize the vocal cord parasites. But you also said he wasn't the reason.
And he wasn't. I was seduced by the parasites. That is a fact.
How? You mean from your curiosity as a scientist?
That I cannot deny. But there is more to it. The story goes back to the 19th century, to my earliest memory. One day, a man from the government visited our Hogan, our home. I cried as he yanked me from my mother's arms and took me away to an Indian boarding school.
Hate
From that
that's
day
a part of
forward, I became
history.
George. This was the name my teacher gave me. I was forced to give up my Diné name, forbidden from speaking anything but English. If we dared utter a word of filthy Navajo, the teacher made us eat a bar of soap.
Yeah, that was the U.S. government's education policy for Native Americans.
And that
To
shit
erase
didn't
our
change
words
until, what was it,
was like erasing
1978?
our people.
Some shit?
Their education was tantamount to ethnic cleansing. Over time, the overt persecution of our language stopped. But to this day, it continues to be eaten away by the lingua franca, that is English. Many of the Diné outside the reservations can speak nothing else. And it isn't just our language. Across the world, minority languages are being destroyed by dominant languages. Many are on the verge of extinction.
Enter the vocal cord parasites.
Yes, I began thinking that minority languages needed some sort of deterrent against dominant languages. In order that their peoples and cultures would survive. It was then that I came across literature at the Foundation claiming that man acquired language thanks to a type of parasite, one that distinguishes between languages as a precursor to reproduction. If I could just resurrect it, make it more pathogenic, I would have my deterrent against English. But I failed to hide that aim from Skullface. He noticed. Yes, I wanted to retaliate against the English language, though never did I intend to actually use it as he'd planned. You know how the story ends. I was forced to study how to make the parasites compatible with all the world's languages. All but English.
However, he in fact secretly isolated an English strain.
I will not be held prisoner by the man's phantom. The English strain must not be allowed to exist either.
Yeah, so I looked this shit up once. So, Native American people, or Native people in America, were not allowed to publicly speak their own fucking language until 1990! How is that? And no one, I had to look it up! No one talks about this shit! That's so fucked up! And then for a long time, yeah, like, I mean, I know this is a video game, but this is this is what actually happened. Native children were taken from their parents and put into, like he said, Indian boarding schools, and they cut their hair. They were given an English name, and they weren't allowed to be associated with anything with their culture. And then once that, while that was in effect, another thing that was in effect was, people were taking children from their parents, and then they were, giving them, up for adoption. And so a lot of times, white families would adopt Native children thinking they were doing such a great thing. And this also didn't end for a while. I don't, maybe that's the 1978 date that I'm thinking of. But that was going on for a fucking way too long time. It never should have happened in the first place. But yeah. Oh, America, you have so much shit in your history, don't you? Oh wow, there's a lot of these.
I have no doubt Skullface's plan is almost complete. At that point, I will no longer be of use to him. I must leave behind this record at least. A record of how the ancient vocal cord parasites became these abominable ethnic cleansing parasites.
Abominable? Do I look abominable to you?
Purposes for the ethnic cleansing parasites. The first, as their name suggests, is ethnic cleansing. This conflict between East and West that envelops the world will not last much longer. Once the Cold War ends, and the weight of America and the Soviet Union is lifted away, the ethnic conflicts they kept suppressed will all rise to the surface. It is not difficult to imagine that the radical sides will begin cleansing their adversaries. But what if an ethnic cleansing parasite matching the language of the aggressors were to be unleashed? The aggressors would be washed off the earth. At the very least, the idea that retaliation could eradicate your people would prove a powerful deterrent. The second purpose is the Englishization of the world. To cipher the organization, this is probably their main use. Man thinks in words, or rather, words are man's very means of thinking. If you erase a word representing some concept, the concept itself disappears from the world. Nishone means beautiful in Navajo, but the image that comes to mind when we say Nishone differs from the Blagana's beautiful. An azure sky, a rolling landscape, lush greenery. The meaning we place in Nishone has its roots in Dene culture. If we lose the word Nishone, the images of our beautiful homeland would be washed away into oblivion along with it. Just as Orwell indicated years ago, Cypher, being based in America, is pushing Englishization for this very reason. Suppose all 5 billion people on this planet come to read, speak, and think in English.
Got a lot more people
Their
now.
wills could also be streamlined under English. Cypher's control would be all the easier. Economic governance would progress in leaps and bounds. The ethnic cleansing parasites would be a great aid in accomplishing this goal. There is no need to destroy every language besides English. All they need to do is weaken other dominant languages competing with it. Russian, Chinese, Arabic. If people know they risk their lives speaking such languages, they will flock to the lingua franca that is English. Cypher need not even focus attention on smaller languages. After all, they are already being eaten away by English. Business, education, film, commodities. English has permeated every area of global society.
It's very true.
I can see this when I look at young Dene. Some of them have already lost their grasp of the Navajo language. It is said that over 2,000 languages of the world are facing extinction. This very moment, cultural concepts and forms of expression are disappearing forever. The spread of electronic networks gives greater meaning to Englishization. Networks have no national borders. By basing them on a single language, they can penetrate deeper into and between people. That basic point of unity provides the ideal environment for someone who aims to control people's wills. But how does this differ from building the Tower of Babel?
Yeah, I mean that's.
I have no
Shit.
doubt.
Shit. Sorry. So that is the thing. Like there's one of my favorite YouTubers. If y'all aren't into ASMR, I understand why not. But there's this girl. I think what is her channel? I think it's just Goza ASMR, right? It's called African Goza ASMR, and Goza is X-H-O-S-A. It's a South African language, and I absolutely love her ASMR because there's 3 clicks in the language, and so like, you know, when she's talking, I just love the sound of the clicks and things. But she had a whole video where she was talking about how in South Africa you can either learn your home language or you can learn English, something like that. And so a lot of kids, because they want to be cool, learn English, and they're just dropping their home language in South Africa. And I'm assuming it's not just in South Africa. I'm assuming it's everywhere across the world. I mean, even like YouTube, right? Like, you're not going to be as popular globally unless you speak English. It's just unfortunate. It just sucks. It really does. And here I am saying that, and I'm speaking English. This is interesting. I always love these games because they actually relate to real life.
While made up of many individuals, they behave as though they are one organism, with the Queen as their nerve
And now I'm the
center.
Queen!
Well, it's an honor. You can travel the world, but you won't find another place like this. If the whole world was like this base, I think the peoples of the world would bid farewell to fighting for good. Maybe that's what the boss wanted in the end.
What he said there at the end, was that a reference to actual Snake? Maybe that's what the boss wanted in the end. Huh.
She blinded me with science.
Let's go check on Mother Boo.
There's more coming.
always happens? What the fuck happens there, and why do I always die?
Snake! Snake!
Science!
I set it as my arrival music.
Snake!
Hi! I have something else for you. Hey.
What
Look
is
at
it,
that.
Snake?
I got some more for you.
One of the group birthday parties. They are something to look forward to every month. Miller was so funny at this one. When is the party this month? Last month was... I cannot remember. It was... And then I... No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired.
She's cracking,
I would
friends.
just...
Poetry in motion.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at Elsie.
Yes!
B-Quad.
Why didn't I do this sooner?
Science!
Oh my god. Oh my god, there's so much. Ugh, okay.
Skullface has finally burned out. The world is rid of his existence at last. Was he still alive? You could say that. But you could also say he'd been dead for decades. What's that supposed to mean? Biologically
Oop,
speaking,
shit, sorry, friends.
it's hard to say how much was his life. Side effects from the treatment? No. The primary effect. Keeping a dying host alive as long as possible. That is the whole point. But in the end, he grew too dependent on his children. As if he had any other way to keep on living. He first underwent parasite therapy before the Soviet Union became his home. His body was horribly burned. Fire washed across his thin young frame and stole his skin and his throat, even his lungs. Only through repeated therapies could the parasites keep him alive. Most of his life became something the parasites gave to him. And then he lost the ability to die. That is correct. The parasites live on past the host's death, still aiding cell composition. At that stage, there is no way to extract them from the host cells. There is no way of knowing when the last cell of Skullface's body would die. The only choice was to burn the whole thing. And his children, along with it. And I am one to talk. When my life is snuffed out, I expect you to treat my body the same way. And when I burn, I will truly be one with my children for the first time.
That's creepy.
Ya'at e. You disappoint me. Have you forgotten my face?
Leave me be.
You won't respond to anyone else, so I figured it must be me you wanted to see. But now you won't even look at me.
Have I not suffered enough?
Not until you've eased my suffering first. To tell you the truth, old man, I'm in a bit of a bind. It's about
I
your
really like the
children.
whoever voices Skullface.
You know what I mean?
Very nice voice.
The parasites. The ones that infect a man's throat, killing him if he speaks their language.
They must not be allowed to multiply.
You are allowed to live only in order to help me. But you don't want to, do you? So why not choose death instead? Because you want to protect the Diné and their land from me.
That's your purpose, isn't it? Don't lose sight of that now. It's in your interest to cooperate. Because if you don't,
Madness.
the parasites can't detect your people's tongue. So I'll just have to resort to more heavy-handed means. I have the greatest respect for your people. I would rather avoid such a thing, but we don't always get our way. I was born a tiny mote in a mighty tempest, and until those winds abate, all I can choose is how to act when they blow me this way or that.
That sounds sexual.
Tell me, Code Talker, what happens to a man infected with a pair of your parasites?
What is a man?
Can they be removed? Can the full-blown symptoms be prevented?
It is impossible to remove the parasites alone. They have too close an affinity with humans.
Then how do you stop the symptoms from developing? All right. I was hoping for an answer now, but perhaps you just need a little more time. I'll be back soon. I've set up shop, not far from here. We'll be seeing a lot more of each other.
If you are close by, then it is almost complete.
We're in the final phases. All that's left is to see if I can actually disable a nuke, with the help of your metallic archaea. Once that's done, I won't have to return here again, and your suffering will end, as will your people's. We're almost finished, Code Talker, each in our own way.
My only regret will be not finishing you.
There's nothing stopping you. I'm only alive because you want me that way.
Ridiculous.
As you wish. My regret is this misunderstanding between us. You and I, our goal is the same. We should be working together. A symbiosis.
You do not know my mind. I simply want the Diné bloodline to endure.
Really now? You're just another mote in the storm. How you react to all the slings and arrows, that's what counts. That's why you call those squirming monsters your children.
What I have done is forbidden. Forgive me, all of you.
The world should be left the way it is. You of all men should know that.
This one's 10 minutes long. Oh god.
Forgive me, but my schedule has changed. The time for grace and good manners has now run out.
Please. Torture will not work on me. Surely you know this.
Oh, I have no intention of getting rough with you. You haven't been beaten. Your hands aren't even tied. Just like me, you live in symbiosis with countless parasites. What wounds I might inflict, they'll patch right up. You might feel considerable pain, but I've no doubt you can withstand it.
Then what do you plan on doing?
I have a soldier standing outside. Nothing special about him, except that he always obeys. I have given him one instruction. Whenever I ring this bell, he passes on a message for me. That message is simply, go.
What is this?
After that, though, it gets complicated. The message will arrive at a room, a little bigger than this one, nothing special. Some of your people are in this room, surrounded by my men.
Enough of this.
They pick them at random. No regard for age, gender. In that, I suppose, they're different from you. Not as discriminating. They tied them up, one by one, blindfolded them. We had to maintain order, you understand?
You bastard.
Go. When they hear that, my men will pick one of your people and infect them with a parasite.
Oh my
Your parasite.
It won't work on my people.
True. The vocal cord parasite doesn't respond to your language. But what about English?
An English strain. It exists.
A ring of this bell, and they infect one person. If that person abandons the Navajo language, the English strain will trigger symptoms.
You monster.
So, it's quite simple. Every time I ring the bell, another of your people is infected.
Don't do this.
I don't want to do this. I'd rather not have to ring the bell, which is why I'm hoping you will talk to me.
What do you want? What else could you possibly
What
want?
is your quest?
You know the answer to that. How to prevent the symptoms caused by the parasite.
You cannot control it like some slave. Forget the idea.
Forget it. Unlikely.
I will never tell you. What have you done?
You made me do that.
You black-hearted...
Settle down.
I wish I could see what's
Don't
happening.
use it again.
Well, that is up to you. All you need to do is tell me what I want. How to prevent the vocal cord parasite symptoms.
Why? Why do you need to know?
The adult soldiers at Amasa are all dead.
What?
The parasite traveled downstream.
How?
It would appear that he was involved. Another demon who woke up from 9 years of slumber. As a result, the vocal cord parasite spread through the village.
I told you this would happen.
It was an unfortunate accident. He is becoming an annoyance. He may stumble upon the truth sooner or later, but I suppose that is really of no consequence. One day, he too will pay for what he has done.
Black Anna,
Rain
the
approaching.
real demon, is you.
You know, this incident made me realize something. You are right. I should have acted with more humility. These creatures cannot be controlled. All the more reason I require a means to stop them.
There is no such way.
Oh, really?
Wait! Don't ring it again.
It is up to you. Out with it!
I see now. There must be more to it than that.
What?
They are in you. You use this land to breed more of my children. And not just here. No. In pursuit of your ethnic cleansers. You sifted through many language strains. Finding hosts. Breeding more and more. You would have been infected in the process. Infected with countless strains. Most likely your mother tongues as well. Romania, Northern Transylvania. You found that one too. Yes, the Hungarian strain. That responds to the CK's dialect.
Silence!
Black Anna. It is you who shall pay.
I want to see what's happening.
Is this your retaliation, old man?
Let my people go and never bother them
Go
again.
down, Moses. Let my people go.
You heard me. What now? What? No! What are you doing?
Grab the bell.
I am not afraid. I probably have every language strain inside of me. Meaning all the world's languages are already lost to me. But that suits me fine. If need be, I myself can produce whatever strain is needed.
And that means nothing to you. If you are infected, you can never again speak your mother tongue. Otherwise, you will die. As will every one of your countrymen.
A few words here and there won't trigger the symptoms. And besides, the time is not yet right to show this face in my homeland. Not until my revenge is complete.
This guy's nuts.
Now...
Stop!
We're out of time. I have to get going. Well...
No!
No!
Radiation. It's radiation.
Radiation, of course. So it can be used.
But how much? I do not know.
Radiation denatures their reproductive cells, preventing them from mating.
Same principle as the sterilization technique. The reproductive cells are more sensitive to radiation than the rest of the body. But I have not tested it. There is no telling what mutation could result, or how the host may be affected. Not to mention what could happen if this is done post-infection.
I don't care. This plan goes into action now. As long as it works, the details can wait. You wouldn't be lying to me, of course, old man.
I can guarantee nothing.
I owe you my life. My body has been burned on countless occasions, but it survives, thanks to your children. That is why I trust you.
Then do not repeat my mistake.
What's that?
In the West, it is said that the Word became flesh and dwelt among us. In the East, it is said the man of flesh brings spiritual power to words. The people knew back then that these creatures carry the gospel. They do not belong in our hands. They must not be touched.
How enlightening. I'll remember that.
Sounds like a
Consider this my
different
thanks.
version of
What
Scar.
are you catch? No!
Falling downstairs or something?
Well then, I'm afraid it really is goodbye this time, Code Talker.
There is no soldier.
Huh. Now where did he run off to? Guess he wasn't as obedient as I thought.
There never was any soldier.
So long.
You.
I figured.
How
I figured
dare
I made
you!
that up. I wanted to view that visually. Alright, let's go see if we can talk to Paz again. Before we go see Paz, though, let's check in on other Boo.
Extraction failed.
Thank you, Quiet. You're amazing.
There's more coming.
I don't know why that keeps happening. I even moved.
Boss?
I even moved. Look at little floofa tail. I got chocolate bubblegum.
The Costa Rican Sea. It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Costa Rica means rich coast. Please, please, get them out of my country. Him? Huh? Who was I thinking of? It was... And then I... No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired.
More pause.
I finally had a decent draft of the lyrics, so I showed them to Professor Galvez first. He liked them. He said I had done a superb job capturing the sense of a young girl's troubled heart. There were one or two lines I thought needed brushing up, so although he said lyrics aren't my specialty at first, he gave me some advice. Everything he said made perfect sense. When I tried putting in his changes, they made the song feel deeper, more sincere. That is the professor for you. He always has the answer. With the lyrics finished, I was ready to show Miller. He does not often take things seriously, but all of a sudden, he was saying, Paz, you have the soul of an Enka songwriter. And I did not even listen to Enka all that much. Maybe I am pretty talented after all. But still, it took so much time to write the lyrics that there is hardly any time left to rehearse before Peace Day. The three of us rushed into the makeshift practice studio on Mother Base to see how we sounded together. Miller strummed away with a big smile on his face. I sang the main melody, and Professor Galvez improvised a backup melody. I know the professor is smart, but is there anything he cannot do? And Miller's guitar playing sounded a lot better now that he stopped singing. But I can hardly criticize his voice. I thought I had learned the song well enough listening to the tape as I wrote the lyrics, but I had trouble with the pitch and kept missing the rhythm. I have to practice, but there is almost no time left. It is just 3 days until Peace Day. Wait, I thought there were 3 days left before. I went and checked today's date with Miller and the professor. The date has not changed. It is the same day. Something is strange.
Ooh, starting to get
Am I
spicy.
reliving the same day?
Alrighty, Flens. I think it's time to start listening to some things. Woo! Double think.
Boss, how are you back on your feet so quickly?
There's a non-smoking ward.
Boss.
If I listened to everything the doctors said, I'd probably die in here. No point waking up after 9 years for that.
Well, having you out of that bed makes things a little easier.
Bad news, huh?
Things are looking worse.
Go on.
They found out about you waking up, and the man on fire picked this time to wake up too. We'll have to move forward ahead of schedule. Miller already has the preparations underway.
Okay.
We'll have to wake up your neighbor too.
They got it. So this is...
He seems awake now.
No. Well, he's not actively conscious yet, at least.
He was a doctor, too.
In his mind, that past no longer exists. Your past is his past now.
Cool, okay.
He's going to be your phantom, not some simple diversion. He'll act as the new big boss, and the act just isn't for Cypher. He'll be your face on the world stage, until the time comes for your resurgence.
You make it sound easy.
We've been busy over the last 9 years. His altered state of consciousness has helped us implant powerful suggestions through induced hypnagogia.
Wow.
He's experienced all your missions on record and shares all your knowledge and experience to make him believe
So
that he's the
fucked up.
one true big boss. No one around him will doubt that he's the big boss they know. So, is he the real big boss or a stand-in? What does that mean to him? Nothing. The human brain is capable of many illusions. Of pain, of the future. What happens from here depends on his skill. You can vouch for that.
He was always the best man we had. But
9 years ago in that helicopter, he threw himself between you and the blast. In that moment, the man you knew died. He died protecting you. And now, by becoming you, he protects you again. This is just a detour in his journey to hell. And don't forget, it's what he wanted. He's in his dog days now. It's not just him. We'll be putting the people in this hospital in the line of fire.
They'll be your shield and necessary diversion to buy us some time. And you? I'll be right by his side. Can you keep it up? It's a hell of a lie. It won't be a lie. I won't know his secret either. I'll believe that he's the real big boss. I'll have no conscious knowledge of you. Where's the lie in that? Self-hypnosis. It's nothing new in my line of work. Manipulating memories, the past.
God.
That's not all. When the time is right, I need to remember that you're the real boss. In a world, it's double think. In this year, 2 + 2 = 5. And I want you to do the same. Right. His bodyguard? Correct. It won't be long before this hospital comes under attack. We'll wake him up right away, but he won't be back to full health in time. You'll need to take him through his final paces. Yeah. I want to see his face again. All right, John. I've never forgotten you in these 9 years, but I have to forget you now. Adam, I'm counting on you.
Wow.
What's up? About the 1972 project. Les Enfants Terribles. You never did like the French. All that Catherine the Great aristocratic pompousness gets to me, that's all. Palace talk. They can keep it. Les enfants terribles. The terrible children. That madness Zero started. Or the start of his madness. You found out something new? The plan itself was abandoned in '76. ATGC dismantled the project, and their account with DARPA was closed. So I was worried about what happened to you. Your sons. They're no sons of mine. And they're sure as hell not me. Just a bunch of cells grown in a lab? What they are is much sicker than that. Well, Zero doesn't think so. Eva doesn't either. To them, those boys are your clones. They're you, down to the last hair. And
So
the first
weird.
boys were raised free range, like we thought. Both of them. David has never left the States, but the other, Eli, has disappeared. Might as well call it abandoned. They're through with him. Where is he? He was in England, Zero's home ground. Apparently he traveled to Africa after that, but that's where he escaped from Zero's care. Just like that. Why? Who knows? Maybe he found out about his birth. If he's alive, he'd be 11 or 12 by now. Old enough to think and act for himself. So he might still be alive? On his own, there? I wouldn't bet on it. John, if he is alive, what's the plan? I have nothing to say to him. Treat him like a human being, just another person.
Alright, before we go to more, let's check on Other Boo. How you doing, Other Boo? What the fuck?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
What the fuck? I hate you guys. Leave me alone, please. What? No!
Snake,
Oh my
talk
god,
to
I'm
me.
so sick of
Snake!
doing this!
Snake!
Oh, it's so wholesome.
Boss
You're doing one
reinforcements are
big battle
approaching.
with quiet. Look
Get
at
ready while
that.
you
Wow.
have the
No,
time.
fuck this. Fuck this area.
You
Fuck this
have
whole
lines, boss.
situation.
Now,
No! How? Why does it sometimes
Hey,
just
quit
hit
kidding
me?
around. Snake?
It like fucking threads a needle. Like whoever fucking like aims in that tank should be Big Boss. Like Jesus Christ, they're fucking amazing.
damn, there's more of them.
That's not fair.
Chico, I wonder what he thinks of me. I have not seen him lately. Maybe he is angry. There is something I am hiding from Chico. Or I thought there was. It was. And then No, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student.
My head. It hurts.
Alright, we got more.
Boss, this war business you and Miller started. Since the industry spread out to the PFs, it may have a favorable influence on Cypher. To a ruler, an everlasting enemy is convenient. By directing the public's animosity outside his borders, he can unify their frame of mind. Guns for hire continue the war, then enrich the economy with their spoils. War as a business will become a permanent tool for manipulating the public mind. A new business model. You might even call it a war economy. Before long, Cypher, or rather the Patriots, will be drawn to this. Probably only a few decades before it takes hold. It's not far off at all. Still no leads on Zero. We don't even know whether he's still alive. But the protocol he put in motion's making steady progress. Every day, SIGINT's web covers a little bit more of the globe. Total information control. Big Brother Zero. And it'll happen before anyone even realizes. I don't like it. You're the big brother of the battlefield. You've earned a firm grip on the world's military power. But soon, Zero will have nations in his. He'll erase the Cold War. All war from people's minds. And with it, the world's borders. Zero's will, his influence, will be unleashed, with nothing to stem the tide. When that happens, opposition will no longer match the lines on the map. And boss, with no borders left, what difference can we make? War will have lost any true meaning to the world. Just one more gear keeping the wheels of economy turning. Another product bearing down the capitalist conveyor belt. The future your friend Miller wanted. That's all there is in store. Perhaps it's already too late. But human will should only be handed down and nurtured by human hands. It can't be entrusted to the system. Especially not that soulless phantom that Zero's left in his wake. No matter what happens, we'll have to fight someday to reclaim our truth. Until next time, Big Boss. Someone has successfully struck at Zero. Since Zero's using a private network, we get information, but we have no way to trace his location. That means the details are still fuzzy at this point, but apparently some new bioweapon was used. As soon as he noticed the dip in his vital signs, he had his stomach pumped and even underwent blood dialysis. But he didn't fully recover. Ironically, if Zero kept more company, he'd have been safe. Since the incident, his speech and actions have been getting more unhinged by the day. He's probably been rushed to another safe house for intensive care. But the location is a complete mystery. That's the way he operates. He went to incredible lengths to make sure his great escape went unnoticed. So far, I know at least Langley and the Pentagon were involved. He had a blackout triggered in New York to disrupt the transportation and information grids, and at least 2 submarines were sighted off the coast. The personnel involved were working off a cover story. Naturally, the White House was fed the same thing. The project is buried under a pile of dummy ops and backup plans stretching across multiple organizations. It's safe to say not one of the people involved knew what they were moving or to where. All top secret, no trail, no leads. He's living up to his name as usual. Only this time, even I can't find him. Now, the only record of his location lies within the Cypher AI that was at the heart of the escape plan. And that's closed off, with its data sealed away in a secret location. Skullface was able to put together this assassination attempt, but even he can't possibly know where Zero is now. I'll keep searching, but when you're up against he who controls information, it's gonna be a long battle.
Ugh.
Boss, it was Anderson after all. That's right, the man who went by SIGINT during Operation Snake Eater. Following Zero's disappearance, he's taken over command of Cypher.
Oh, God.
Well, to be precise, the AI he oversees has. The idea to have an AI act for Zero came about in '74, when the data from the mammal pod penetrated NORAD. Clearly, an AI couldn't be allowed to make its own decisions. So they would take away its ability to act. and instead create a specialized system in which the AI, bound by specific rules, filters the massive amounts of data it collects before passing it on to people, subtly guiding their decision-making.
Oh, wow.
A system of the people, by the people, for the people.
And this all leads
So they
into the
began
second
researching
game,
how to do
which
it.
goes into the
DARPA
fourth.
apparently brought Strangelove on board to head it up.
Okay.
She was forced out after a certain incident. The direction of the project and any trace of her existence was scrubbed after her departure. Before Zero lost consciousness as his condition worsened, he left instructions for Anderson, through a cutout, of course. Zero went out of his way to hide your location in order to keep you safe. This meant sacrificing his own protection. It was the only way to ensure you could stand alone as your own man. Here I am, the only link between you and the world that's passing you by. I'm your last connection now. This was Zero's last request, his will. Once you're awake, we need to discuss the best way to ensure your safety. Oh, and they've got a name for Anderson's AI project. It's called the Patriots.
Ah.
It's all about ensuring that the concepts driving society
Okay.
appears the same in the mind of each person in that society. About maintaining the identity of the individual, and yet having that individual willingly make up part of the whole. I guess it's fitting to call that patriotism. Creating a united world. Zero's will is already fading into a shadow of what it once was. Systems, guidelines, rules, laws. When you take a mentality and fix it in a solid shape, put it out there in the hands of people, it can only begin to decay. No mentality can last forever. When the body dies, the will dies with it.
Caution, rain approaching. Hello?
Not there. Here.
Huh?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Please.
You're...
Is it that odd? I suppose the cuffs have gotten a bit loose. Although, truth be told, I have been spending more time in pajamas as of late.
No, nothing.
The tie, perhaps. Not the most fashionable pattern, I admit.
No, it is very nice.
How sweet. Will you take a little brandy? You're hardly underage, after all.
No, thank you.
Please, sit. Pacifica Ocean.
All of these cutscenes of how they would be.
What?
If only they finished this game.
We've already begun.
We've only just begun.
Not bad. A schoolgirl through and through. Even he won't suspect otherwise. Here you are.
Thank you. I heard you were sick?
Poppycock. I just like to take a little time off work.
You?
You must feel that way sometimes.
Well...
Anyway, I could hardly greet my first guest from that damned bed.
I, missed my chance to catch you snoring.
Now I'm twice as glad I got ready in time. Drink, before it gets cold. English breakfast tea. All I have, I'm afraid. There were 8 candidates before you, meaning you will be the 9th Paz Ortega Andrade.
What happened to the others?
They're in the next room. They've been taking it easy these past few months.
They...
Do you see any windows here?
No?
I've gotten used to it, this life. I am who I am, after all, and I've had my fill of cursing this bloody dungeon.
Excuse me. But I can't help sometimes wishing I could see the stars. What should I do?
Well, you could go outside, go up to the roof, wait for the clouds to pass. You would have a view of Manhattan, and a pretty one too. But once the wind blows and the clouds pass, you can look up and see a sky full of stars, even here.
You've had a hard time getting to where you are.
Yes.
Sewer rats lead better lives. I know. Extreme training, starvation, days spent without sleep, abandoned,
Did he just call
hurt,
her a
and all
sewer
but
rat?
killed in every way imaginable. Some of your compatriots died, others betrayed you, left you for dead, and you did the same to them. But through it all, you survived, and you alone made it here. Just look at you. I can see everything you've been through.
Yes.
Consider this mission a reward for the mountain you've climbed.
Thank you.
Yes, well, you know what's next,
Yes.
and you are prepared.
Yes.
I believe you. That ever so slight tan. Not the type you'd get on the West Coast. If I didn't know better, I'd say you really did grow up around the equator. But it runs deeper than that. One look at you, and I see a wide-eyed student yearning for peace. Born and raised in Central America. I can see it all. How much preparation have you done?
A little.
You'll be perfect for this, to strike back at Snake. I'll share everything I know about him. But you mustn't forget who you're dealing with. If he were to get the better of you, well, I deeply regret having put you in that position. But beyond that, I'm putting my life in your hands.
You can trust me, Cypher.
None of my friends call me that. Tea's gone cold. Shall I make some more?
I know we are the only ones here. There's no one in the other room.
And how do you know that?
You said I was your first guest.
Oh, I haven't had this much fun in quite a while. All right, then.
Alright. Let's go check on other Boo. Come on. I want you to do it. I want you to hit me. Come on, hit me. Hit me! Hit me!
The enemy's almost finished. You can do this, boss.
Whoa, no! Fuck! I hate that tank so much.
What happened?
I hate that
Boss!
tank. Oh, I hate that tank. Oh. Erg. Marshmallow! That's my chunky fat motherfucker.
Football. I joined in.
Football.
And there's Huey refereeing. He said, we have forsaken our countries and become one with the earth. It is good being here together with everyone, you know? It was... And then no, that is not right. But I am an angel of peace. I am a student. I am so tired.
It's fun hearing her say that after I just heard that conversation with her in Zero. He's like, you'll be the perfect student. Let's go check on other Boo. You are quite an annoying tank. it that I was able to avoid every single one of those attacks. And then I went back to the same location. And it didn't work.
Cypher's been in hiding ever since his grand experiment. No one's seen him in years. All we hear are orders delivered by proxy. Except you. You met with him, face to face, in order to contact Big Boss. Tell me where he is. Where is Cypher? Where is Zero? I've never known choice. Where I was born, the language I speak. I've never had the freedom to choose for myself. But you, right now, are free. Do as you will.
This will save Big Boss.
It may.
Will you really kill Zero for me?
Not for you.
All right. Zero is Hell's Kitchen, 10th Avenue. He is undergoing treatment there.
Not exactly Hyde Park.
His medical needs keep him from moving around. That is why he summoned me there. The other residents are of varying race and ages, but in reality, all 40 units are Cypher personnel. It took him 10 years to replace the original occupants. He has got places like this all over the world.
No better place to hide a needle than a stack of needles.
Zero is on the top floor. A room with no windows and no doors. Even the elevator does not reach it. Officially, the floor does not exist. The only access is by a secret staircase 1 floor down. Room 702.
Shades of World War II.
Nobody realizes the entire building is a setup. People go in and out all day. But they're all Cypher. The building blends right in with the rest of the city. They disseminate rumors that a gang operates out of the building. That keeps most outsiders away. And most of them are there as security in case of an emergency. But even they don't know what they're really protecting. Foot traffic, goods coming in and out, phone lines, water and sewage. It is all monitored remotely by satellite and cameras inside and out. Should he need it, there's a sealed-off water conduit that can be used to escape to the Hudson River, and from there to the sea.
Dang.
But from the outside, it is just another building. A perfect disguise.
So the Major believes zero suspicion equals total security. Very bold. It's just the kind of ruse I'd expect from him. So long as no one's suspicions are aroused, you could hide there forever. On the other hand, if someone figures it out, there are dozens of ways in. And he's so paranoid about information slipping out, no one involved has the full picture. That ignorance is a weakness. The downfall of a need-to-know system.
Hi, kitten.
The pitfalls are
Kirby.
clear. Circumventing them will be simplicity
Hello.
itself.
You want to be in the video? No, don't leave. Shit, why do they always do that?
You hate him, don't you?
Hate? He never left me to die. I owe him my life. I'm bound to repay the favor. Any way I can. But that's not what you really want to know. What you want to know is, do I hate Big Boss?
What do I hear? Like the jingling?
I don't hate the man. I do deserve a little more of his gratitude. But he probably has no idea who I am. So you see, I have no reason to hate him at all. I mean to have my revenge against Zero. It's not petty hatred or resentment. Nothing so personal. Even the hottest lava eventually cools, becoming a mountain. And that mountain becomes the land. Scalding steam comes back down as rain, forming rivers, draining into the sea. It's then that nature's order sets in. Now I'm merely a part of that cycle. Just like Zero. And you. And Big Boss.
Don't do it!
That lava, that vengeance, is already set as
Like
stone.
paws chained up.
Too late to change things now.
Don't kill him!
The choice is not mine to make.
Please, let Big Boss live!
Proceed.
Please!
I wish I had visuals.
Not already! Hold her still!
Is that like gonna give her amnesia or something? Okay. Let's check on other boo. Fuck! Oh my god! I hate this.
Snake, are you
Oh,
okay?
I hate you. You're reading a book. I'm reading a book. Yeah, I'm reading a book. Don't you ever interrupt me while I'm reading a book. I'm at the library where they call me a crook.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You were always so kind to me, Snake.
Can I give her something? What do you want from me, game? Oh, there it is! Ha! Aha! I was like, the internet says it's there, but I don't see anything. Alright, here we go. Are you ripping your guts out, girl? Don't rip your guts out. She's ripping her
Stay
guts
away!
Pass!
out. Don't rip out your guts. Stop! Stop!
There's another!
No! Get your fucking hands out of your organs! No! No, no, no! I hate this! Oh my god, I hate this! Don't take out your organs, please! Please don't take out your organs. Oh my god. No! So I collected 10 photos and gave them to her throughout this playthrough so she could blow herself up? Or was it that I was giving 10 photos to an imaginary human and the butterfly wasn't actually real and none of this was real, and that's why when I go in here it says this. What the fuck? What? Why did I do that? Why did I go through all that work if she's just gonna blow up? Or if she's gonna blow up in a hallucination. I don't know what just fucking happened. What the fuck was that, Flens? Why did I do all that? Really? What? 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 Fuck you. Alright.
It's me. Ocelot. It's been quite a while. Yeah, I'll say. Took a lot longer for you to surface than I expected, Major. I wasn't planning on coming back at all, but I had no choice. Well, after the Caribbean. My hunch was proven right. You wouldn't believe who was behind it. Oh, I have an idea. How did you respond? Immediate disinformation campaign. Most bought into the story, but not everyone. It was quite an incident, after all. I couldn't cover everything, but I did hide the fact that Snake survived. And that should buy us some time. Where is he? En route to an old foxhole of mine. A base in the British sovereign area of Cyprus. The military hospital at Dekilia? Ava's leading the operation. Ava? Following your orders? Funny, isn't it? That we should all reunite like this. This is an emergency. Otherwise, I sure as hell would... Yes, I don't expect you to bury the hatchet between us. Something simply won't ever happen. Even I can appreciate that. You too can only bear to speak with me from time to time. That's fine. But I don't want Snake to die. Surely we can come together on that. There are so few men I can turn to. And you're number one, Ocelot. Keep him hidden. Keep him safe. But I'll stay where I am. And leave the rest to you. That's how he'd want it too. Isn't it better for you to be there to supervise? Where I am, where he goes, it makes no difference. All that matters is getting him the very best treatment and security. The latter being where you come in. Will he wake up? And if so, when? I have absolutely no idea. But as long as his heart is beating, he will keep fighting. So please, watch over him. This location, it's safe? No one will find him. And if they try, I will deal with them. The information must be suppressed. Which is what you do best. Guess you're still at the top of your game, huh? Anything but. I'm sick, Ocelot. Donald's taken over a great deal. He'll be handling this situation from here on as well. Though I wish it weren't so. This will probably be the last time you and I speak. So, you won't say no, will you? I have no choice. Thank you. Save your thanks. One more thing. A proposition. Yes. I've prepared a ruse of sorts. One I imagine you'll quite like. What is it? You could say I've made another Snake. Major? I'm not talking about the children. A mental copy. His phantom, if you like. I don't understand. You will when you get to Cyprus. I've set the ball in motion, but the rest is in your hands. You're good at this kind of thing. The best. I need you on this. If it's in his best interests. I assure you, it is. Look after Snake.
I don't know if I understand
He's the toughest son of a bitch I've ever known. Yes, it's me. You weren't in hospital long. I had trouble finding you. Where is he? Safe.
but in the same state as when you last saw him. We've had our misunderstandings, you and I, but as you've made clear, our relationship is strictly business. Therefore, I will limit this conversation to the business at hand. Please understand that I don't dislike you. Not inherently.
Where is Snake?
Now. Settle down, or I'll have to hang up. And then you never hear from me again. Do you understand? First, about your boss. I had him moved once he was stabilized. I'm sure it came as quite a shock to you when you woke up. You'll have to forgive me.
I told him to stop putting me under.
Surely you understand. Specialized medical treatment in places like that can be positively nightmarish. We couldn't have left him there forever. And to be honest, I wasn't entirely comfortable leaving matters in your hands. Don't take it the wrong way. Anyone looking for him would be looking for you. He needed to be as far from you as possible. In fact, I'm still not sharing his location, even now. Problems could arise. So instead, I'm giving you a point of contact. An introduction to a network of messengers who will lead you to a man. A friend to your boss. I'm sure he's mentioned him before. He knows Snake's location. More than any man alive, I trust him with this sort of thing. Keeping secrets, or men in the dark. He's known Snake quite a while. 10 years longer than you. Kazuhira, I don't care if you don't trust me, but I require your absolute trust in him on this. Snake will be brought back into this world, however long it takes. Understood? The only reason we're having this conversation is because you still have a role to play. Which brings me to the next issue. What happens after he regains consciousness? When Snake wakes up, and he will, he'll need your help again. So when he does, I promise you'll be the first to know. The code phrase will be, V has come to. I'll then mobilize all the necessary parties. Think of it as an overture to a prologue. Until then, do what you like. Just be ready when the time comes. But you don't need me to tell you that, do you? I know it's been hard on you too. But I can't imagine you're willing to just walk away.
What are you talking about? If what you're saying is true, then this is like wrapping a rope around your own neck and throwing it over a branch. What's your play in all this?
This is for Snake. So that he survives after he wakes up. Nothing more. After that, I don't care what you do.
Then tell me something.
Go on.
I only joined you after I found out what you were after. To make the world one, you need Snake for that. And he's already done a hell of a lot for you.
He has.
So on some level at least, I think you're being straight with me. Then why'd you do that to him? I get what you were trying with Paz. You wanted to get Snake any way you could. But after that, what you did, how could you do that to him?
After that wasn't me. You may not believe this, but I never intended for any of this to happen. My organization has many arms. It's just going to take a little longer before we're all on the same page. I admit I may have been lax in my supervision, but something like that will not happen again.
Whatever. One day, I'll know the truth. Just as soon as the boss wakes up. And then we're coming after you. This ends with you begging us to put you out of your misery.
Is that so? Fantasy can make for a powerful ally. But remember this reality, Kazuhira Miller. Big Boss will wake up. And when he does, be there for him.
Major, I wondered whether you'd really call.
Exer, I presume this was your doing?
gift?
I've been searching a long time for this.
It is what you were looking for, yes.
The winged dagger of a comrade lost to the sands of Egypt. He served under the boss back in Rayforce. I delivered this pin to her after his death. We were both so very young. From that moment on, she never let it leave her side.
She was still carrying it in Selinoyarsk. How about the back?
Why don't I know who they're talking about?
Something wrong, Major?
Nothing, just pricked my finger.
The back.
The scar is there, just as I remember it. And this white stitching on the back. From the white berets the SAS wore in the early days.
Major?
30th of December, 1941. It's the inscription I made the day he died.
Of course.
His body was never recovered. This pin badge is the closest thing he has to a gravestone. When I gave it to her, she just kept on running her finger over the inscription. Never again, she uttered, as if reprimanding herself for his death. She pressed hard, embedding the inscription itself into her finger. You see, it's why this spot on the back looks shinier than the rest. He was our brother in arms.
So...
Yes, it's real. Thank you. There's no doubt about it.
Good. Now I have no regrets.
What do I owe you?
Nothing. Just want to talk for a moment.
Very well, then.
It's about our man, Major. He's been making some moves.
Miller? Yes, I know. Rhodesia, is it?
Yes, and up to his old tricks again.
No matter. He'll stumble soon enough.
Although he is under my jurisdiction now.
And that's what you want to talk about?
Not exactly. You see, my being here has made me realize I can still be of use to you.
How so?
This country is rich with biological resources. Bacteria, nematodes, viruses. I'm sure we can find something here to bring that plan back into action.
Forget it. The Cleanser Project was just another one of my predecessor's daydreams.
And the vocal cord parasites?
Were an excellent test case for reverse evolution. Nothing more. What matters now is the genetics technology behind that work. With genetics, the clumsiness in targeting an entire race isn't an issue. We can target specific individuals. No need to breed multiple generations of parasite just to get results.
But
Don't be quaint, Exo. Once the Cold War is over, our enemies won't be so clearly defined. Using humans alone won't be enough. An electronic network will span the globe, and our enemies will blend right into it.
You may be right. But will people really settle for an enemy they can't see? Men want to feel righteous, need to see the evil in the enemy they fear. Without it, they'll turn their aggressions inward, find an enemy inside. You know this is true.
I see what you're saying. Just as those robbed of their parasites develop allergies and autoimmune diseases, a man robbed of his enemy develops self-destructive tendencies. And I know all the symptoms. Ethnic conflict, religious strife, terrorism. And with asymmetrical conflict, deterrence is a joke. That's why we must depend on information control. People need an appropriate context for their lives. A context that's stimulating without being destructive. That balance is the basis of equilibrium.
You mean to say people will blindly accept your context without developing any allergies?
If we're to unite the world, literacy must be suppressed. To suppress the information immune system, to borrow your metaphor.
Immunity to information. But to ensure there's no allergic reaction, while the immune system fights off parasites and pathogens.
It's done, Exo. This world will become one. I have found the way. The world that the boss envisioned will finally become a reality. Race, tribal affiliations, national borders, even our faces will be irrelevant. The nature of communication itself will change, and it will make mankind whole again.
Some things can't be undone. My face was taken from me. There's no taking that back.
A face means nothing when one's soul is able to communicate directly with another.
I have no intention of hiding behind your technological veil, Major. I wear my broken visage, this skull, in the open, so that I may never forget what I've lost.
You. What are you?
The chain of retaliation is what will truly bind this world together as one.
I'm assuming that prick on his finger did something.
Major?
You son of a... The pin. You...
Yes, the pin. It's too late. They can't extract it. You see, Major, some things can't be undone.
How did you find me? The girl. You made her talk.
I'm sorry I couldn't visit or thank you in person, but it has been lovely chatting. And now that I know you're no longer interested in the garden, it's time for you to step aside. You're a busy man, lots to do, so I've left you a little time.
Go to hell! How dare you? You planned this all along. Had your own agenda. All these years. Yeah.
Now you see, the world can never truly become one.
But the boss...
You've been wrong.
So much noise.
You're no different. Just like him. None of you understand the world she saw.
I would say the same to you, Major.
You steal it all away. Everything.
The boss said the same thing. Only I understood what she meant. Major, I'll handle the rest.
The boss just wants peace. She wants to
one
sing a
more
song.
thing. That pin badge, it was a fake. I held on to the real one. I'll take good care of it. And continue the boss's work.
Jack.
Okay. Before we listen to this very last one where Zero visits Snake, let's check up on Other Boo.
Support helicopter is arrived.
Prioritizing elimination of enemy threats.
Your map has been updated.
Nice.
Rockets away.
The map has been updated.
No sign of reinforcements.
Please select
Almost done.
strike point. Strike requested.
It's gonna keep doing the strikes and shit.
To strike point. Strike requested.
Mayday! Mayday!
Support helicopter destroyed.
Unresponsive! Peak one down! Peak one!
Shot down the chopper. Already a backup chopper. Calling from your iDroid.
Nice.
Strike will commence
I
shortly.
didn't get my...
Weather will clear shortly.
It worked! Thank you, bombardment! Oh, thank God that took me 3 fucking days. 3 days! Way to go, buddy. Took us 3 days to make that potato salad. Yeah! Are we friends? I'm thinking we're friends. Yeah! Oh shit! You didn't notice the big motherfucking tank? Oh god, what happened? Hello, what's going on? Hey buddy, what's going on? I think he says fella. Hey fella, what's going on?
Quiet.
Yeah. No, she's not dead. She's quiet. There we go. Thank you.
You.
Now
We're
what?
gonna have company.
Oh god.
No water, no sun. Don't you dry up on me.
Oh shit.
Boss, do you copy? Boss, do you know where the landing zone is? Head for the LZ. Another mechanized unit is approaching your area. Watch out. Don't let them find you.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Alright, let's
Mission
try to be careful with
has been
this.
updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Where we going, quiet? Shit. Fuck. Keep your eyes open. Be careful. Alright, cool. I did it! I win! Oh god. What's wrong? Look, I know you're in pain. Shut the fuck up. You get in the chopper, you live, you get water and sunshine. Sound good? Nice snack. What is going on? Oh, there's the Perez. Keep going, snack. God, I hate those tanks. Oh my God, there's two. Okay. Oh shit. You want me to shoot you? I'll shoot you. How in the fuck's name did he not hear that? Well, you can't see us? Are you that stupid? You're that dumb. For real? I'm looking right at you. Oh, wow, he's dumb. What in the hell is going on? I don't think snakes act like that. Where is your gun? Go. That's not good. That's really not good. Yes, I have a controller. She's got beautiful eyes.
Pequod, do you read me?
Yeah.
Pequod.
Yep.
Ahab, what's your position?
I'm right
Can't
here.
stick around any longer. Talk to me, boss.
Lahat ani seta. Snifo.
Ahab, I can't copy your transmission. Repeat.
Pisho. Mishe. Lahat ani tatsa.
Again, I cannot copy. Can you repeat in English?
No.
Pequod. Ahab. Ahab, do you copy? Do you understand English? Hey, do you copy? We can't stick around any longer. We have zero visibility. We're gonna have to pull back. Cutting transmission.
She gonna speak in English?
The boss is with me.
Ahab? Wait, who is this? Identify yourself.
There's no time. Hurry!
Where are you? What is your location?
No, you're moving away from us. Circle back to your 8 o'clock.
Copy that. Guide me to your location.
Proceed to your 10 o'clock.
Understood.
Come back toward your 1 o'clock.
Copy. 1 o'clock.
Shift slightly to your left. Now proceed straight. 1.5 miles. Slide right. A little more. Yes, there you go. 1 more mile. Strong winds approaching. Quick, adjust to your right. Left. A little left. Yes. Now hold your position and proceed straight. Half a mile to go.
This is so long.
Pequod, I can see you. I have a visual.
There you are, Ahab. Visual confirmed.
Pequod, hurry! This way.
You're...
I see Bud.
I didn't know you could be so talkative, Quiet.
The boss is here. Hurry, Pequod. Please.
My pink Pequod. Cool. Everyone's leveling up. Look at all that. Woo! Shit. Yeah, I used a lot of equipment to get that one done.
Boss. Boss!
That's me!
I gave you an anti-venom.
Where's Quiet?
We've gotta go. Let's go, boys.
So does she have to leave since it's active in her now? The Wolbachia? I can't quite remember the way it was described. I know she couldn't speak English because the Wolbachia would activate in her. But she was talking next to the boss. So... what is that? I'm following.
Mission info has been updated.
I see tracks! Hello? I'm frozen. Okay, yeah, I'd like to listen to that.
I did not choose to be quiet. I wanted to express my feelings to you. If only we shared a common tongue. Vengeance was what drove me to them. The only language left to me, revenge. But the words we shared, no, that was no language at all. That is why I chose the language of gratitude instead, and go back to silence. I am quiet. I am the absence of words.
She does have a very pretty voice. Oh, there's a song. Oh, this is the song that usually people will play over the "Why are we still here? Just to suffer." I'm glad that I just fucking beat that thing. Jesus Christ, that was so fucking annoying. Goddamn tank! Tank! It'd be like over the horizon. I can't even see it yet, but yet it could shoot me like a fucking sniper gun. You have to find the remote control. Hello?
You have the results of quiet scans?
Yes, as I suspected. Her entire body underwent parasite therapy. The parasites compensated for her burnt epidermis and provide her blood with oxygen through cutaneous respiration instead of pulmonary respiration. In addition, they replaced the digestive organs she lost, and she receives carbohydrates through photosynthesis.
Was Skullface responsible?
There is no other possibility.
Skullface ordered Quiet to assassinate Snake, only she got set on fire instead when he woke up in that hospital. But then Skullface revived Quiet through his parasite therapy, at the same time infecting her with the English strain. That way, even if the assassination failed again, she could still kill all of us just by coming here.
That was the third English mating pair. Correction, the first and only English pair to be carried by a person.
So either because she wanted to get even with Snake, or because she was working for Skullface, Quiet approached Snake again.
Though in the end, for whatever reason, she did not complete her objective. Some change of heart, perhaps. We won't hear it from her.
Alright.
Boss, we've gone over the prisoner transport log you found. Quiet was grabbed by the Soviets and moved to Lamar Khatte Palace. They lost a lot of men to her. Can't blame them for wanting payback. But why did she just let herself get captured?
I think it is time you knew.
Oh, I already listened to this.
Quiet.
Quiet's message.
I did not choose to be quiet.
Is this what I
I
already
wanted
heard?
to express my feelings to you.
Last one.
Go.
I almost thought you wouldn't come.
Well, you're supposed to visit hospital before you die.
did you get here?
My friends at the SAS know how to keep a secret. The trip to the airport was a little dramatic, but the rest was easy. Still, I've had smoother rides. Oh, look. Scalded myself with my tea. I won't be staying long.
I understand.
Which one is he?
On the right.
And the left?
We did just as you instructed.
Has either of them woken?
Neither of them, no.
Not once?
Not in 2 years. Their weekly EEGs show stable activity levels. There's been practically no change.
Jack? Jack? It's me. You look fit to run a country mile.
Every 4 hours, we move all of their muscles, subject them to load. They're stable, but eventually...
Yes, of course.
We've done everything we can to ensure they're ready to move, should they wake up. Still, it's been a pretty long time. How long will they be here?
Indefinitely. It's too dangerous to move them. And so far, no one knows they're here.
I see.
I am most grateful to you. And I need you to keep it up.
We'll do everything we can.
I don't know who Zero's
Can you
talking to.
give us a moment?
Of course.
Jack, can you hear me? Nice place, isn't it? I went to a lot of trouble bringing you here. Here where no one will find you. Still, the Ocelot's on guard duty, just in case. Maybe knowing that will help you sleep better. I had no intention of coming, but this could be my last chance. If you'd just come to see me first. Do you remember the last time I visited you in hospital? Our first mission together. After the boss threw you in that river. Broke your arm. Ah, the good old days. I never told you this, but I had another team at my disposal back then, with a very special man leading it. Maybe he didn't like the arrangement. In any case, this man, he seems to have done something to me.
Oh.
Which is why I'm quite sick myself. Up here. There's nothing they can do. I always was the forgetful type, as you know.
You're saying
I'm
Skullface?
all right for now, but they say it's a one-way street.
You were working with
If you don't
Skullface
wake up
earlier?
soon, I won't remember you when you do. I don't mind about myself, but what he did to you, I can never forgive. I've sent him to Africa, and I doubt he's coming back. Jack, once your little holiday here is over, well, who knows when that will be? But anyway, I probably won't be around. I'll be somewhere even you can't find me. A tombstone chiseled into the code of a machine. That is all I leave to mark my existence. Wake up soon, old friend. Time is running short.
Okay, so I know there's still a YouTube video I need to watch, but from everything I know at this point, I'm still confused. So was it that back when in Operation Snake Eater, when this not Venom Snake, but Naked Snake, Big Boss, was doing his mission with Zero for the first time. Zero was already working with Skullface. And then, from what he just was saying, Skullface didn't like that Zero was working with Naked Snake. And so, Skullface, since he was working with Zero, and he's like a part of Cypher, Skullface sent that attack on Outer Heaven. From what it sounds like, because Zero sounds like he didn't initiate that. And then everything from there is what we know. That, I guess that's the way I interpreted that ending. My brain hurts. I'm either gonna, I don't know if I'll do a review of this game, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of the Metal Gear Solid games that I played and rank them now that we're done. And I want to talk about each one. My thoughts, pros and cons of every one. I'm sure along with many, many other people, wish that this game is finished. I wish that there were cutscenes for all of these long tapes that you have to listen to. I don't mind the tapes, but after listening to like so many, and they're like super important, I just wish that they were animated. I mean, it's very, very obvious, like when you're playing this game, that it's very unfinished. Sorry if it doesn't seem like I'm just processing everything right now. It's not that I didn't. That I'm like upset with this ending. I'm just processing it right now. Kind of like when I processed in a different way Metal Gear Solid 2, that ending, where I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. That's this one right now. I'm just trying to digest. So it's not. I'm sure like a lot of people, since this is like the last game, it doesn't really go out with a big bang hurrah. I guess when you find out that there's Venom Snake and Naked Snake and they're two separate beings, that was the big hurrah. But then there's tapes that you gotta listen to afterwards, so it just kind of ends and it's like, oh, I guess we're done. So it is what it is. Again, I'm still digesting, but thank you all for watching this. Thank you all for those of you who found the channel, you know, because of Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, 4, Peace Walker 5, and extra 5. Yeah. if you like this video, go ahead, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to become it. Wait, how's other Boo doing? Ah, no! Cool. And I